How's it going, everybody? My name is Brian Bustamante, joined with my co-host
Juan Michael Cibrian.
And we are Main Character University. Here at Main Character University, we are believers that everybody has a story to tell and that everybody is the main character in their own story.
And we invite guests over to our show to share their unique story in order to inspire and encourage you to become the best main character in your story.
Now, we got a heavy hitter today. We got a main character today, Juan.
We got a main character. Oh my gosh, we just met him. Well, at least I just met him last night.
We met him like last night.
At like 9:30 last night, we were shooting our last episode on how to make college pay for you. And he just came to the studio, just showed up out of nowhere, so serendipitously. And you know what? We're like, the first guest that we need to have is you. So we are so excited to share his story, or allow him to share his story with you here today. And we hope and we know that you're going to get a lot of value out of this. And we're looking forward to hearing the story as well.
So, Mr. Trey.
What's up? How y'all doing, man? Thank you for having me, man.
Tell us, for the people who do not know who you are and what you do, allow the people to know who you are, man.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate it, man. So, yes, you're rocking with Trey G Riley here, the Bounty Hunter of Videography, man. So, love what I do here. I'm out here in L.A., Palm Springs, just rolling on the streets, getting all the shots. So, my main focus is quality photos and videos for content creators, brands, and industry affiliates, man. That's my main focus. That's my goal out here.
Man, and so that's crazy, man. So how did you get into videography?
Oh, bro, that's a great question. So pretty much in college, I was pursuing a degree in acting at North Carolina A&T State University. And obviously, being an actor, you got to do your own auditions, right? So I need to figure out, okay, let me record myself, keep it cool, right? I constantly ask people, hey, can you record this for me? Can you record this audition, right? And not many people learn how to use the camera. I mean, I'm even asking people to use their phone. Just use your phone. Just record me, you know? Just keep it simple. But it couldn't get the image that I was looking for. So I went to YouTube University and taught myself how to record myself, you know? I was using an iPad, y'all. Like an iPad. Just record my auditions and just keeping it simple. And then the more that I do that, more of my friends started asking me, like, hey, can you help me record this? Can you help me record that? I was like, all right, sure. Why not, man? And it just kept going. Now one thing led to another, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm constantly getting asked to record. I can see how I can make my vision come to life. Well, let me help other people. So I just continue just to learn how to film from an iPad to now how to film off of cameras, man. And the rest has been history. I never stopped filming.
Man. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. It's cool that you immersed yourself into the whole process. Like, you had originally wanted to go into acting, but you had that curiosity to pursue, like, learning how a fundamental thing that gets overlooked, right? Because most people just want to be, like, seen, right? When they're acting, they don't want to, like, do that prerequisite work of, like, just educating themselves about the different aspects of the set,
right?
And at the end of the day, the camera is the main thing, is the main tool of what the audience and what the people are going to see.
The camera is the eye for the audience, right? I wouldn't necessarily say it's the main thing, but it's a strong element to the equation, right?
Right.
So, because one thing like this podcast, for example, we got the cameras, but it's the sound. It's that voice. It's that audio that's really going to take things to the next level, right? So, yeah, people overlook it, and it's okay. It's okay because you're not expected to learn all of this, right? Especially in the entertainment space as like an actor. If you want to be in front of the camera, that's your main goal, go for it. Me personally, it just wouldn't sit well for me to know that there's a whole other piece to the big pie that I don't know about. And I need to fix that. So if you want to stay in their own lane and work on that, that will help make the magic happen. But for me, I need to know where my playground is so I don't, hurt myself in the process.
Ooh, I love that. Like, knowing everything, like, you want to go into acting, that was your initial thing that you were going into, but you realize that there is, in order to film your auditions, you needed other people to help you film those auditions, and then you couldn't get the help that you wanted to the high qualityness that you wanted, and so you had to take your destiny by your own hands and discover what you wanted to do.
Yes.
Discover the things that you didn't know.
Yes.
And that only also helped your acting career as well, discovering, hey, the angles, the lighting, why is this important?
Yes.
And so you were you discovered the whole playing field of what your whole trajectory is taking you to. So that's really cool. One thing that I want to know is going back to your childhood.
Okay.
Did you always know that you wanted to be an actor? Did you always know that I know you didn't know that you wanted to be a photographer, videographer until college, and you came into an issue and you needed to solve that issue.
Right.
But whenever you were younger, in your younger years, did you know that you wanted to be an actor? And then also, if you did know, when you talked to other people about it, what was their reactions?
Oh my God.
And where did you grow up? And another aspect of it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Growing up, man, I had no idea that I was going to be an actor, right? Acting was the last thing on my list. I didn't even know much about it. So it was actually music. Music was and still is my very first passion, man. And I'm not going to spend too long on how I got there, but essentially, man, in elementary, we had the recorders and we would play that. Man, my goal was to be a black belt recorder, bro. And when I heard my name on the announcement, like Trey Riley, black belt recorder, I was like, yes, that's what I want, it was good. And even when we had performances, my mom and my mom and dad, they can attest to this. When we perform, I will make sure I'm in the front row, right? And I will learn that music so well that I won't even look at the conductor. I won't even look at the music sheet. I will look at my parents and be like, yeah, I'm playing this now. You know what I'm saying? I will always find a way because I wanted to know, hey, y'all help me get to this point, And so then through high school, I became captain in the drum line at our marching band. And I just loved the cadence with it because my dad, he used to have a band. And he would play music and things like that, right? So being drums, keyboards, I loved that. I kept that cadence, right? But during high school, I was like, okay, well, what else is there to do? And one of my English teachers, she recommended that I go to a drama class she was hosting.
What was your name?
Her name was Miss Prince.
Shout out to Miss Prince.
Shout out to Miss Prince. You gotta do that. Mr. Ditch and Miss Prince. Those are the two that I give my flowers to every single time for my career. But yeah, so she recommended I go to her class and said, okay, cool. And I get into it. And I'm like, okay, this is no big deal. I'm reading it. And then I'm feeling this energy of holy crap, I'm free. I can be me. I can really I can take this to the next level, I can play a character with quote unquote zero repercussions. Oh, hell yeah. What can I do? What can I not do, So I'm playing it. And then there was this show called Hairspray the Musical. It was my first ever lead. And I have this solo. I'm wearing these outfits, man. And the response that I'm getting from people talking about, oh my God, you made me feel like I'm at home. I love your performance. I can't wait to see more of you. I'm just like, here I am feeling an introverted kid at first who didn't want to talk to nobody, want to be reserved, now has the space to be open, be free, be more of an extroverted person. So not only did it help me become more open, be more communicative to complete strangers, but it allowed me to see what my potential is and what more I could possibly do. So all of this took place in Jacksonville, North Carolina. That's where I spent most of my childhood out there. And it's just been a good evolution from there, really.
Wow, that's so amazing.
Man,
and
crazy.
just I always like to highlight the people in our lives that open us up to opportunities that we didn't see for ourselves, and that also give us the space to be authentic and be our true selves. Because for me, it was Miss Feckenhauer, which inspired me to pursue higher education, and a lot of other teachers that I had. But Miss Feckenhauer and Mr. Caldwell were two very influential people in my life. Amongst others. But I think I really like to talk about who that student you were, or that person that you were as that introvert right? Because I used to be an introvert, like a really big introvert as well. Like,
you don't give me that type of energy, dog. Like, there's no way you were an introvert.
well, you don't give me that energy either.
Yeah.
But this is something that I want to highlight for our younger viewers. It's just because of where you start, that doesn't mean that's where you're gonna finish, right?
Yeah.
Just prove the
And
point. Yeah.
so I want to highlight, like who you were back then. Like, did you have a lot of friends when you were more introverted? And then when you started to get out of your comfort zone, once you started to get that recognition for acting, and like what did that do for your confidence, doing something that you loved, and then also being able to be your true authentic self, and then also having the people around you to allow you to be that person, right? Because that's something that's extremely important, because if you don't have that village around you that's going to support you, that's going to bring you up, then you're not gonna. It's gonna be a lot more difficult for you to get to where you want to go, to become the person that you want to be, to elevate yourself and elevate your status and pursue whatever dreams it is that you have for yourself.
100%, man. You hit the nail in the coffin when you talk about your village, your community. It is essentially paramount, right? So to answer your question, man, growing up as a kid, I felt like I was out of place, straight up. I didn't have that many friends. I got bullied a lot for my big head, receding hairline, skinny dude. I was a walking lollipop, bro. That's the way I saw myself. I was a walking lollipop, bro. Like, yo, how many licks did it take to get the center of that bonehead of yours? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro. And I didn't feel like I could fit into any group at all, man. You got your cool kids. I didn't feel like I could fit into the nerds, bro, because I didn't know much anime. I didn't know much, into those type of things. I know my video games. I love video games. Yeah. But I can only go but so far, especially with the ladies, man. Like, bro, what? I was only being utilized as that guy that's like, oh, yeah, you're cool if you can give me your homework so I can learn from you and stuff like that. And I didn't realize what I was doing. I was being too nice, man. Yeah. And even till this day, I still have that problem being too nice, but I've been fixing that throughout the years. But anyway, to that point, I would get bullied. I even got fought. People fought me even at the bus stop as a kid, just by standing there. And I'm thinking that they were like my friends. It was very rough, man. So music was that first intro of like being able to let go. Being able to run away from reality, right? But it only did but so much because I could only play this melody, right? I don't know how to express myself with this. So when it came to acting is the expression of truth. Not only truth, but it's the expression of your truth. And I didn't realize that until I started learning more about that process, right? So all acting is taking a character. It's like, okay, this is what we want. How do you bring it to life? How you bring that character's pain? How you bring that person's laughter? And it's like, wow, I can resonate with that person because I've experienced it. Now I can relinquish this. Now I can be free with it, right? So acting allowed me to justifiably be upset, to justify my anger in a controlled environment. It was my own therapy and I didn't realize it, right? And so when I take that frustration, that crying, that pain, and I put it on the stage, people are connecting with my truth to a character that people can relate to. And it's like, yeah, you're connected to the character, but you're really connecting to me. So it was the subconscious way of you all getting to know me because y'all didn't take the chance to get to know me in real life. It took me getting on stage for you guys to realize I'm a freaking human being, bro.
You're not just homework?
Yeah. No, I'm not just homework, man. Come on, don't call me for just no homework, bro. Like, hang out, you know what I'm saying? So it was more like that's how I was actually being able to be introduced to different groups. The same groups that didn't want anything to do with me are like, oh, hold on. I remember seeing that show. Now there's a conversation starter. You know, I didn't have those type of things. Now I'm able to. And now people realize, oh, wow, you're chill than I thought. And it's like having those reactions allowed me to be more open because I went from people not asking me about my day, not asking me who I am, to now people are curious. It may not be exactly about my day, but curious, like, how did you make that character come to life? Or what's next for Trey Riley, you know, Trey G, Trey Song, Trigger Trey. Like I keep getting those names and stuff like now, and it made me feel like I had an importance into the community. Now, as I get older, do I need people's approval to live life on this earth? No, I don't. But at the time when you're growing in a space where being wanted is important, yeah, that was my biggest thing. So that being introverted had allowed me to be more observant with people's reactions, how people move. Because even till this day, I appreciated myself being introverted because I could shut the hell up and see every move that you made, how you talk, how you conduct yourself around other people. And that allows me to, I wouldn't necessarily say be a chameleon, but it allowed me to read the room. How do I now move into this room where I'm not being so crazy or so boring? Okay, it's a chill spot. What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah, I like the energy. I like that movie. Superman was dope, right? Or if everybody's being lit, I can be like, yo, what's good, y'all? How's it going? You know what I'm saying? But being me.
Yeah.
Because one thing I learned about myself is that if I just jump into something, it's going to feel mad awkward. And I can feel the awkwardness in the room. So just let me take myself out of the equation. Simple as that.
Man, you said a lot, man. You said a lot in regards to just everything about that self-acceptance piece.
Yeah.
Self-acceptance, especially for kids that are growing up. Maybe they don't have specifically mentors in their life where they don't know how to express themselves, to guide them, that guidance, those big brothers, those, sometimes fathers, right?
Yeah.
People to just lead them into, hey, this is a way to express yourself. It's okay to express yourself, especially as guys,
Right.
Like,
yeah.
you talk about you being in drama. That was something where it's kind of like, hey, like that's something that like real men didn't do, especially back in your day, right?
Yeah. Back in my day, I born in the 1960s? God damn. Shit, I didn't get my cane, bro.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean? Like there's like a stigma, you know what I mean? Like with
Yeah.
drama kids or like even just band kids, it was like they were like always like the weirdos and stuff like that. And how'd you overcome like those like, a lot of that stigma that came around being in those spaces, like the drama kid?
Yeah, so every definition has its own interpretation, right? Nothing's truly set in stone. Like, to me, a drama kid could have multiple interpretations. Drama kid is the one that's always being so crazy and obnoxious in class. But we see it as, okay, someone who loves theater. Is there a right or wrong with that? It depends, right? So for me, to me, it's just like, okay, that's your general observation, but that's not defines who I am, Okay, I love drama. I am a drama kid on the stage in front of the camera because you need me to entertain you. You get me? So I have the ability to reframe my mindset. It's simply what it is, right? Any event, any observation is neutral. I could take your definition and determine if I want to make that as a positive or a negative. And it's about your delivery as well, too. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, Trey, yeah, he's like a drama kid. I have a second or two to realize, did you just like say something rude against me?
Yeah.
Or are you vouching for me? I always want to vouch for people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you're not going to take this down. You're not going to take my energy down. I work hard to have this foundation. You feel me? So the short answer to it all is simply the fact that, yeah, everybody has their opinions. It's part of the business. You're not going to have everybody that's going to like you. You're not going to have everybody that's going to support what you're doing. But I'm happy with it. The people in my circle aren't hurt, aren't being disrespected by it. We're growing by it. I'm feeling I'm doing good with it. I don't let it take to heart because it's part of the business in the entertainment industry.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. I want to ask, like, when did you like start to like transition into like pursuing acting and now like doing what you do, which is now like your professional videography career? Like, when did you start making that jump?
So I made that jump officially in college. So acting in high school is more like, okay, anything that I've done in high school, I feel like it's more like, all right, we're just testing the waters. I even said that in relationships. Like, I don't think I really had a girlfriend until I was in college. That's when I had that experience, right? But to get to your point of like acting and when I made that my true profession was definitely in college. When I started getting booked for roles outside of school. Like, I got booked, and I was an extra, so let me be transparent. You know what I'm saying? It was like a leading man role. Let's call it 100, right? But a while ago, there was a show called Under the Dome on CBS. That was my first major role as an extra. And there I go. I see my bald behind head just sitting out there around the TV, and everybody's like, oh my God, I just saw you. Oh my God, you did this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. What's next? Next thing, I got booked for ESPN for Super Bowl on a commercial for the university. Got that role. Next thing I know, I'm part of the ANT4, which is one of our leading members who helped build the foundation for North Carolina A&T. So I was dressing in that representation, marching. I'm becoming like the main character. Everybody's eyes are on me. So now I'm realizing like, okay, my career is starting right now. This is not just for fun. This is how history is being made, you know? So I got to take this seriously. I got to be professional with this. And so throughout time, I'm like, okay, cool. And I started to do YouTube. And on top of me doing auditions for myself, I was like, okay, well, let me take this and build like a YouTube channel. So I continue learning how to be good in front and behind the camera, right? And it was called The Riley News. Is what I called it back in college. And I would just say, like, giving you the latest news happening around the world. Just finding topics and just put it all together and just building like commentary before commentary was a real thing on YouTube. I was starting that shit, man. And then one day led to another. And then I realized to myself as I started learning the business of acting and how volatile acting really can be out there. And it doesn't take the genius to understand that it's not consistent out there, right?
Right.
If you're not a leading man, leading woman, or you don't have the relationships, because that's the biggest thing in that industry. You don't have the relationship, it's going to be very challenging. Not impossible, but challenging. So by understanding that, it's like, well, I need to have some form of consistency. These cameras are always recording something or someone. Somebody's always going to need photos. Someone's always going to need video. Which means when I'm not auditioning, I have to be shooting. I refuse to not be in the know of the entertainment industry. My goal is to have people know my name, whether in front or behind the camera, but you're going to hear Trey G. Riley in a positive way for the community. That's what allowed me to say, all right, I really need to tap in, know the art behind the camera, because that's where the business happens, behind the scenes.
Man. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. This is great stuff, man.
Bro, I appreciate the energy that I'm getting from y'all, bro. Like, you guys created this podcast. You're getting these people coming in, bro. Like, this energy and what you guys are setting yourself up for the community, dog. It's a blessing, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you so
No,
much
thank
for that.
you
Thank
for
you
your
for
time.
being here and just showing up and giving your knowledge, right? Because I think your story is an exemplary thing, right? And, like, for young men and women out there that, you know, maybe they're getting bullied right now. Maybe they don't know, they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. And they don't know what they're going to do, what their purpose is right now. But then understanding that, hey, sometimes, like, yeah, it sucks right now in the moment when you're going through it, when it's that dark period, when you're getting bullied, when the only time people want to talk to you is when the only value you can provide is giving them homework. Or what, and sometimes maybe you can't even provide that, so maybe nobody talks to you.
A pencil, you know?
A pencil.
And I was just like having everything as a kid. It was crazy. But yeah, I get you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's going to inspire so many people understanding that. And then you taking it right now as, yeah, that was a dark period in my life, but that helped me understand who people are. And it tells me, like, now as an observer, as an introvert, or an original introvert, now I get to see and I know who somebody is for who they are and their actions that they take, and I know the intentionality that they have with me and with my art form and like whatever I'm trying to create. And if they're for me and they're with me, come along.
There you go. For me and with me, man.
Yeah.
Like, I never want to create an environment where you all are working for me. I always talk about how can we get to this destination together? What can we do? When I bring people on board, I try to make it more of a forefront with me in my conversations, because I don't want to lose sight of that.
That's real.
You know? Yeah, I want to be in leadership positions, but I also got to learn when to shut up and follow.
Yeah.
And if I don't have the ability to just resonate with that, bro, then I don't want to be no dictator. Like, come on, man. You guys are taking your time to even have a conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? So what can we do to make this episode the best for the community? That's how I want to think about it. It's not about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a vessel for what's greater, for what you guys have in store. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I keep my mindset going.
I love that.
I love that.
Also, like the mindset of, who's with you, who's working with you, alongside you, but also who not to work with.
Yes.
Who, like, that dark period in your life, yeah, it sucked, but now it's paying dividends, and that you already know whenever you talk to somebody and you communicate with them, it might not be right away, but after like a couple conversations, you get to tell like, oh no, I don't want to work with this person, because I already know that personality. I've seen them when I was in high school. I know what they want from me already. So let me take 2 steps away and then start running. And so like, I don't want to work with them. I don't want to be associated with them. But you had to go through that dark period in your life whenever you were younger in order to get to the place where you're at today, where you know who's on your side, that you know who's riding with you, who's going to be your ride or die, or just riding with you, even though if it might just be for a project, but they have your best interests at heart, as opposed to somebody that doesn't have your best interests at heart. They're not going to, there's going to be certain characteristics that they give you that you're like, oh, you're not rocking with me. You just want something from me. And so... Woo. And so, like, you just want my homework. You just want, like, I'm really good with the videography. I'm really great with the acting.
They're mercenaries.
Thank you. Yeah,
they're mercenaries.
They just want you for that transaction. They just want you for that transaction. And you're like, nope, let me space myself. But again, it's like, this is telling the younger generation is like, this is whenever you're going through these dark periods, it's like seeing this time as a growing period and just a time that you have to go through, but it's going to give you discernment as to who's somebody that's going to be with you and who's somebody that's not, who's somebody that you want to rock with and who's somebody that you don't want to rock with.
Bro, you were speaking of freaking good language out here, bro. Like, coincidentally, the people that I've cut off, some of them have been my friends, just in general. Yeah. And I had a hard time, obviously, cutting them off because it was like, it's nothing personal, but you're making it personal, you know? And I will say this, recently I had a guy, the way he be hitting me up, I just didn't like it. Did he have good intentions? Yes. Is he checking in? He just wanted to make sure, whoop-de-whoop, I want to make sure you're good. Okay, cool. That part is fine. But when I bring you on opportunities and you ruin it, or you don't treat it with the respect that I'm asking of us to work together in, I need to go. How can I bring you in as a business partner if you don't respect me as a friend? Respect what I'm asking. I'm not saying you have to change for me, but we need to adapt in this space in order for us to work together.
Right.
And if we can't work together, okay, no harm, no foul. Okay, cool, that's fine. But don't mix that business with the friendship, because then I just want to stop talking to you completely. So for context with that, I had this person, we've been going on and off for years and stuff like that. And I don't really do good at just like checking in with people all the time because I'm so busy.
Right.
But it's understood, especially from men aspect. It's like, okay, if you got a problem, okay, I may say something, but I'm not going to hit you up every day, because why? You're not obligated. I have a mindset like nobody's obligated to do anything for me. If you hit me up like 5 months from now or a year from now, okay, cool. There's no expectations for you to hit me up every day.
Right.
That don't mean I don't see you as a friend. It's that life is happening. Life is lifing, bro. It is what it is. But to get to the point, man, it got to the point where it seemed like that person really wanted my attention. And it's just like, bro, like, hold on, bro. Like, I am not made on this earth for you. I'm not saying that's what your intent is, but at the end of the day, I got motion that I got to take care of for myself. You got things going on, I checked in. You good? Okay, things are not going good. I pray for the best. Keep it pushing. But when you try to take that personal element and try to mold it into the business side of things, Now I'm going to check you from the business side. Like, all right, cool. Have you done this for yourself? What's your portfolio looking like? What have you done? What are you still not working on? Because if you ain't got those freaking elements, I'm telling you right now, you're not in my circle, point blank, period. I learned this the hard way in business as an entrepreneur in life, dog. Don't come to anybody without your shit together.
Yeah.
Just straight up. Just straight up. I worked so hard to take my money out of my stocks to buy these cameras, to have a brand send me something from Australia for free to promote their stuff. That takes hard work, okay? And for you to take our friendship and be like, hey, bro, I be sending you reels. Oh, I've been telling you to do this stuff and you did it. So let me go on and help you out with it. What have you done for yourself? Your Instagram, your TikTok is now your portfolio.
Yeah.
Don't come to me and say, I want to do this for you. Okay, I'm going to have to speak to these gentlemen here and say like, hey, this guy wants to be like a creative director or photographer. What y'all going to ask me? Can I see his work? What has he done? And now I'm going to look like a fool. Because, I'm just going off based off the friendship. Sorry, I got to put the friendship on the side. I got to vouch you from the business. And you ain't got the business, get out of my way. It's as simple as that. No harm, no foul. But you want to take that personally, then we definitely cannot work together. Simple as point. So why am I bringing this up, right? One, it's a reality. I've experiencing it. But two, I'm using it to teach people a lesson and like, be careful mixing your friendship with business. Be careful with that. And it is up to you as individuals to build your portfolios up, regardless of what it is. If it's a service, if it's a product, build your experience it and come correct with that foundation, bro.
Show up with receipts.
Show your freaking receipts, dog. Because I'm not going to take my receipts to my tax guy and you're getting my refund. No. You get your own refund, I get my own refund. We take that and we put it in together. Like, don't do that shit, dog. Don't do that because then you really are using me for my homework.
Facts. That's exactly what it was. And I like to highlight that it's like what you mentioned about like having those friends, and sometimes it's like having that portfolio and putting your best foot forward, because that's something that we've been highlighting on this podcast is like whatever your gift is, like give that gift as the best that you can. Right. And if like you're bringing your friend along and you know, like, hey, come along, you know, help me out with this, or just like help me set up or at least do something. Yeah. Well, while you're setting up, everybody that you interact with, you represent me or they represent you essentially in that interaction. And so if they start getting into fights or into like whatever squabbles, or they start talking up a bunch of people, well, they're representing you at the end of the day, and they're representing your brand. Yes. And so you have to understand as a young person coming up, and even as a grown person, is like whoever you associate yourself with, the other people are gonna believe that's who you are, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so if that other person is causing a bunch of ruckus, they don't want anything to do with you.
None.
You might be the best videographer, the best actor, the best at whatever it is that you're trying to pursue, but if the person that's rocking with you, that's right next to you, that you bring to the forefront with you to these opportunities, if they're not taking full advantage of that opportunity and showing the best of themselves, then they're going to not only mess up opportunities for themselves, but they're also going to mess opportunities up for you.
Messing up your deals, man.
Exactly, 110%. If I can't, I am a timeliness type of person. I grew up in the military. I do that part-time now. And if I can't have you in a meeting, in my own meeting on time, if you can't respect the small teams that I have in our conversation, how can I trust you to be out there when the big money shows up? You got to show me now. People can't trust me with a $25,000 shoe if I can't handle a $100 shoe, if I can't handle a $250 shoe. I got to earn that step. I may be in the game for a long time, but I'm constantly having to show myself because it's constantly new people who don't know who I am. I'm not A-list, man. Let's call it what it is. I want to work my way to get there. But to your point, right? Respect the atmosphere, the community that you have now to earn your keep for bigger and better opportunities. I ain't trying to tell you got to be like the best that you can be, but use your signature strength. All I'm asking is to use your signature strength. If you're good at marketing, I'm not going to ask you to be a photographer. You just told me you're good at marketing. Just do that. Just stay in the lane. Here's what I need. And let your creativity run through it and be a professional at it, dog. I'm not running around LA being amateur. There's so many people that have cameras. Hell, they have better cameras than me out there. I got to do something different. Therefore, I got to be more professional, because one thing that I learned from LA to Atlanta and even in Africa, one thing that I learned, when y'all rocking with me, people always leave with like, dude, that guy is way too professional, but he is so welcoming. And I feel like I could be myself around him. We get the job done and we can still have fun. Because when I put the cameras away, I want us to be able to go play. But we got to get the business done first. You feel me?
Facts. And I really like how you were mentioning like the build-up, right? Going from high school, you were just testing out the waters. You even said to yourself, like, I wasn't doing anything for real. I was just testing things out. To go into college and you're still putting your best foot forward, even though you were in college and you weren't really expecting anything out of it, but you're still putting your best foot forward. And then at a certain point, there's a switch that, hey, actually, I'm getting a lot of opportunities and I need to step my game up and be professional as much as possible, right? And just getting those reps in of being professional no matter where you're at in your life, right? If you're just starting out in your career, or you're well within your career, but you're not where you want to be, it's like you need to get those reps in and just be consistent with it.
Yes.
Because if you don't, like, you're going to compound what you are. Yes. Right. So if you're not being professional from the get-go, and 10 years down the line, you're still not going to be professional, right? So start where you're at and start carrying yourself with a light and a professionalism that other people are going to want to surround themselves with. Because I don't know if you've ever seen somebody like the class clown, or in school it's a little bit different, but at a certain point, like, certain people will start to distance themselves from that person once they start getting in trouble. All right, everybody's like, all right, see
that's on you. He did it. He did it. With me.
Exactly, man. I had a kid in high school, man. Yo, he was just on my nerves, man. But I was just like, okay, I think he's cool. The minute, I've never been in this serious trouble in my life, bro. Never, bro. I've been a nice, quiet kid, man. I had never gotten detention until I hanged out with this guy, bro. Never got detention at all. And I started hanging out with this guy. I think he was okay and whatnot. The class clown, trying to think he's all that and stuff like that. And I just got with him with this one occasion. I forgot what it was. But the teacher was just like, you two are getting detention. And at the time, bro, my heart dropped. I started to cry. I was like, no, my perfect detention is ruined. You know what I'm saying? But this guy, he gets detention, in-school suspension. It's normal for him, man. Yeah. But I bring that up to say it's like you said, bro. Once you realize you start getting in trouble with somebody, you got to back it off, man. You got to take away from it all. And it ended up to be a bigger issue because not only did I distance him from that moment, but I distanced him from just being a friend in general. I just went ghost. I just went freaking ghost, And this guy will just constantly lie about like, oh, I know these YouTubers. Oh, I know these guys that can help us with these brands, things of that nature. And this is high school level stuff, bro. And I'm like, you talking like me like this and you have nothing to show for it? I'm gonna go ghost. Now, fast forward to 10 to 15 years down the road, I get a DM from this guy. Haven't heard from him at all. Turns out this guy resented me. He was like, bro, how dare you push me away? I've been trying to hit you up. You haven't hit me back at all. Oh, you think you were the shit? And he's like, at least that's what I thought until I grew up.
Wow.
Until I grew up. Until I started having kids. And I wish I could show you the screenshot right now, 'cause I think I still have it. He was like, I now understand why you ghosted me.
Wow, that's so powerful right there.
That's real.
Yeah, I understand. I resented you for so long, but now I'm at a point in my life where I now understand. And if you can at least take a moment to forgive me, I'm sorry.
That's powerful.
And I looked at that message and I was like, I don't even want to respond to you, but I was like, hey, I appreciate you. All is forgiven. And that's it, right? I need to be the bigger man at the end of the day. Reframing, neutral event, right? I could make this the funniest shit ever, let that shit go, or be mature, match that energy, all is forgiven. You feel me? You may not get the answer that you want now. You may not get an answer at all. But as long as you're being true to your heart, you can push forward with it, bro.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. The fact that, honestly, and shout out to that guy too for just having that self-awareness, because it takes a big man to like admit that they're wrong, especially when you act out of line, because we're not perfect, right?
Right.
We're gonna learn we're gonna learn the hard way sometimes. Now, sometimes people have to learn the hard way, like that, like that person that you just talked about, where they have to either, like, some catastrophic event has to happen, or they have to see it with their own kids, you know?
Yeah.
In order for them to realize. But it takes a big person to admit that they're wrong. Now, I'm a firm believer that, man, you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And I think there's nothing wrong with protecting your sphere of influence, because at the end of the day, if it's like you're not elevating me, something that you're doing is not inspiring me, you being and leaning into your authenticity is not inspiring me to do the same thing. Like, it doesn't have to be about like money or status or anything. It's just, man, like, Juan is doing like really crazy stuff, like with all the events and things that he's doing. Like, I want to, like, just being around him wants me to elevate. Right. Like, if it's not like that, why would you surround yourself with people that want to take away your peace, take away what you value, being yourself, being comfortable in your own skin?
Because people are all in the mindset of survival. Like me. I have my moments. I've been out here for like 2 years, and I definitely have my survival moments. And do I see myself going through a survival moment like that again? Yeah, it's just life. Especially in the entertainment industry, which I chose to be a part of. That's the risk that comes with it, right? People feel like they're doing this in a way so they can get to a point of peace through being uncomfortable. But there is a level to being uncomfortable, right? It's being uncomfortable and doing something you're not used to doing, versus what you're mentioning before, being around a circle of people that spiritually you just do not align. It does not match your values of who you are as a person, but you feel like you have to do that to elevate yourself to the next point, because it's a cowboy nightmare being in this industry. There's no true set rules to the game. But the number one rule is relationships. You gotta have relationships, right? And so, but you build the wrong relationships without knowing it. Not only are you hurting yourself, but you're hurting those around you that really cared about you.
It's interesting, man, because we talked about like our one of our couple episodes that we talked about was networking, how important it is to network in whatever situation. Obviously, we talked about the importance of networking in college, but if you do that well in college, you're selling yourself in life, and especially in your industry as well, entertainment. A lot of it is who you know, and if you can be presented in front of the right people. And a lot of those traits of you just being a solid human being, acting right, being reliable, being coachable, asking for help, being somebody that isn't going to embarrass somebody. Because if somebody invites you on a set, or somebody invites you to a certain event, it's a networking event, and you make that person that invited you look like a fool, that's the last time you're going to be in that room.
100%. Yes, man.
And so it's important to like network. It's important to, also understand how to work the room, because that is a very big key, is that getting in the room is the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part. If you can manage a way, if you can get access to just be in the room, you already won. You're already ahead of the game, right? So Trey, I gotta ask you, man, because you've done a lot of crazy stuff, man. I can tell you've been in a lot of crazy rooms. What would you say to people on how would you advocate on how to go about working in the room, maximizing the opportunities when someone does go out of their way to meet the right person and they get brought up in a room? How do you maximize opportunities when working the room?
The biggest thing is don't speak out of your ass. Stay in your lane. Speak your truth. Don't overdo it. Do not overdo it, because again, like you said, it's the hardest thing to do is even get in there.
Yeah.
And when you get in there, just like how women know that you really want them, they can smell it. The people who have the opportunities that can give it to you, they can smell your energy. It's right there, right? Treat everybody as if you want to build friendships with them. We all know why we're here, okay? We all know why we're here. We want to make some business move. We get it. That's the space for it, right? That's what you came out here for, right? But you got to do the opposite. You got to look at, all right, cool. Who can I take out to coffee? Who can I help out, like, with their problems? And that's the biggest thing too. Not only do you want to talk about building friendships with people, listen to their problems. Listen to their problems. Okay, we got a conversation going on. Ooh, what's the concern you got going on? Okay, I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm going to listen. Okay. Repeat what they're saying. Oh, so you're telling me that you're able to get this show out there because you need a director of photography. Oh, okay, got you. What type of style are you looking at? Okay, cool. I'd love to sit down with you and see like what the energy looks like, bro. Or like, hey, you're looking for somebody who's like being a PA. Oh man, it's hard to find good PAs, and you may be above that.
What do you mean by PA?
Great question. Production assistant, right? So being an assistant, I don't care if I'm bringing a cup of coffee or holding your camera, man. It's hard to find good help these days. Really? How so? Shut the hell up and listen. Being an active listener is better than being an active speaker.
Yeah.
100%. I don't really speak much, but I let them know I'm engaged in the conversation. You know, and that's what's helpful. So at the end of the day, to summarize your question, don't speak out of your ass. Be real with yourself. Listen and pursue friendships. The business will follow.
That's a major key right there, man, because oftentimes, and I've been in spaces personally where sometimes you'll go to like networking events, right? Conferences. You see it a lot of like in conferences and whatnot like that. But oftentimes you go to these spaces and you can, like how you said, you can smell that some people are like I say this, some people are like mercenaries where they're only trying to get something out of people, but you want to be a soldier. You want to show people that you're like you're gonna be with them. You're gonna be with them. You're gonna be a friend.
Yeah.
You're not just somebody that is there to get an opportunity. No, you're there to actually make a connection. And I like how you said the business will follow. Be a friend, like listen, because I think so much of the time is that we end up talking ourselves out of a connection, a deal.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it is about listening. Like so much, you could learn a lot just by listening.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy because I think a lot of people want to share out what they're doing. They want to be, oh, look at me. But if you take the time to just sit back, how you said, listen, engage with the conversation, you could learn a lot. And they could even, you could learn a lot, and they can even position you in a way where it's like, hey, I listened, and now this guy talked about, oh, there's an opportunity in this space. Okay. Do I see myself in that way? Let me help him.
Yeah.
What can I do? How can I be of service? How can I, do something in that way where I can be part of his crew by just being of service, right?
Yeah.
Because if you partake in that listening with a service mentality, and just from my own personal experience, that will take you far.
Yes.
Because I have been in places where it's like, man, I shouldn't be in this club. I was 18 years old. With a camera in hand. And the homie Angel can attest to this. He would invite me to spaces that I had no business being in, but because I was part of his inner circle and I had a camera and he knew I was solid,
Yeah.
I had access to spaces that as an 18-year-old, I should not on paper been there. but I got there and I had those opportunities.
Bro, people like Angel, man, you always got to give them their flowers, man.
Oh,
because
yeah.
They did not have to do that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he is a solid freaking dude,
Yeah.
bro. So for him to be able to help you out like that, it's just like, all right, cool. Now I'm looking forward to seeing like the more work that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the element for that, dog. That's powerful, bro.
But to me, it's like at the same time, it's like I could be like, oh yeah, I did this, but again, having that community mindset where it's like, yes, like I could talk about me, but it takes a village, right?
Yes.
It takes a village to build anything that has stood a test of time. It wasn't just built off of one person. It was built off of a collective unit, right?
Correct.
This building that we're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think one person built it? No, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Whatever it is that you're building, your business, your brand, you know, this podcast, like there's 3 of us here,
Yeah.
you know, we're making this conversation work. Life is about people. Life is about people. It don't matter if you're into video, photo, you know, how you said, you know, whatever it is that you're working with, you're a college student. Life is about people. If you know how to navigate being around people, that you're reliable, that you're somebody that's has proper behavior around, you know, settings, you know how to listen, you know how to communicate well and present yourself in a likely manner. Like, the sky is the limit.
It is, bro. It is. It's so many ways that you can take yourself to the next level to benefit not only for yourself, but those around you, man. Like you said, when you talk about the community, bro, like this brand right here, this is not by me. Yeah, I may put the money into it, but it was validated by thousands of people who said, yes, Trey, be the bounty hunter of videography. We love that. Whatever it is you're doing, go for it, you know? If I didn't get that, I would not be walking around public looking like this. I'm going to keep it real. There were moments where I put this outfit on and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know what reaction I'm going to get off of this. But I've never seen so much consistent reactions in a positive way. Where I know the same people would have looked at me if they didn't know the truth behind it, looked at me like, what? Bro, what are you doing? You look like a clown. But it's how I carry myself. It's all about like, this is me. I'm choosing to be this way, and I love it. People now look at it like, shit, I mean, I can't even get mad, bro. He doing that shit. You got it, bro. You got it, you know? And then I reinforce it by, you know, like, showing my appreciation. You didn't even have to say anything at all, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you got going on, be the best at it, bro. So narrowing it down to the point of the community, right? This is for the community. I want to be the hero for my community. The community of photographers, videographers, creators, to know that you can really be out there, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Authenticity and consistency is all it takes. It's easier said than done, y'all. It's easier said than done. I understand it, bro. I understand it. But I'm just trying to tell you, as stereotypical as the words that are coming out of my mouth, it is so true. I want to be the most recent example of what it takes to take your brand to the next level. History repeats itself over and over again, y'all. How many times we gotta be telling the same story, man? If I could be the reason why y'all stop listening to other people and be like, all right, that's enough. Trey's doing it right now, okay? I'll do it. I will try. To me, that's a huge win. Because now I know that you don't need to listen to anybody else telling you the same thing I'm telling you right now. I'm doing it because I listened to someone else that I believed and still believe to this day. And like, all right, shut up, Trey. Lock in. Do it.
That's amazing, man. That all of that is amazing. And I'm curious, man, can you tell us like the origin of the Bounty Hunter character, how that came to be? Because you said something that kind of sparked my curiosity, that all of that was inspired by like thousands of people that had, you know, gave you that confirmation, like, yeah, like do it. Can you tell us a little bit about like how you created your whole Bounty Hunter, you know, character?
Yeah, from the beginning, like, and if you try to other characters.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Question. So I haven't tried any other characters. This has been like the one that is sticking. right? So here has it happens, right? A couple of things have taken place. One, I like how I moved in the military, right?
Okay.
Being in uniform, having the fit, being able to have these equipment on me to get the job done by any means. That has been the foundation, right? With photography, I've always caught myself in the position of always doing something last minute. Hey man, sorry to hit you last minute, but we have a shoot. Can you come out and can you come out and help out? Yeah, but it's gonna be more expensive because it's last minute. We'll pay for it. Whatever it takes, come out here. Okay, I'll be out there. That was another element. So military last minute calls. Third thing was when I'm on the field. I hated carrying so many freaking bags to carry my lenses, to carry my lights, just to get the shots that I needed. I felt like I was slowing myself down. And in an environment where content creators are always moving, Twitch streamers are always on the go, they're never in one spot. I gotta be able to be on the move while still providing that quality, right? But how do I keep the equipment on me? Can I loosen the bags? I started doing research, trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to keep it on my body? How do I remove these bags? I haven't seen anyone with a tactical vest that has their cameras on me. I want to move like a real hired gunman, right? And what solidified that was that I was talking to a friend in Georgia, and I was like, yeah, bro, I'm buying this type of equipment. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, bro, but it needs to make sense, bro. And he's like, yeah, I saw your post that you made that you put all this together. I was like, yeah, man, you keep going out. You're looking like a bounty hunter, bro. And he started to laugh, and I was driving. I was driving when he said that shit. He was like, yeah, man, you out here looking like a bounty hunter with what you got going on. And I pulled over. I'm on the highway, bro. I'm pulled over. I said, bro, yes.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. I said, bro, that's exactly who I am. That's exactly what my life has been. I am always on the road. I'm always driving to a shoot. I'm always being asked last minute. I am the last one you call before you fail. That has been my motto ever since. I'm the last one you call before you fail. And who do you call before you mess up? You call a bounty hunter to get the job done. Oh, I need this to be taken care of. Who do you call? A bounty hunter. I don't care how you do it. I need you to get it done. That's how it is with me. People always ask me all the time, I don't care how you do it, bro. I just know you get it done. Bounty hunter, baby. That's how it's been made. And what solidified from the community aspect, I did a quick comedy video. I didn't think much about it, right? I had the vest. It wasn't nowhere looking like this at all. It was still in this first iteration, man. Little hat, no big deal. I did a little skit, and I was just like, yeah, I just finished your shoot, and it'll be ready in the next couple of days. And the alter ego of me was like, no, I want it now. I want the photos right now. I was like, oh, really? So I took my character, I put him on the ground. I was like, you realize I am God right now? I will have your photos. I can give it to you whenever I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Throw it into social media, over 100,000 views. And everybody's like, bro, what is that? What type of vest is that? Where'd you get that? Oh my God, who are you? Like, all these questions. And that's how I became the Bounty Hunter of Videography.
I love that. By any means necessary. Get in the shoot.
Yep.
Get in the shoot. You're the last person they call before they fail.
Straight shooter.
Yep. I'm literally that. Georgia, California, Brazil. I get the call. Hey, I'm not shooting without that deposit. Get the deposit. I'll meet you over there. Get the shot. It's all yours. On to the next mission.
By any means necessary.
By any means. Creativity for the future by any means necessary, bro.
Man.
I want to be responsible for that. So that's how I move. That's how I became the Bounty Hunter of Videography, dog. Everybody needs content. It's hard to trust people to create it. I want to be that trustworthy person that they call.
Bounty hunter that's on the move.
Always, man. I'm going to get that shot. Oh, you need drone?
Oh, I just happen to have a drone. Oh, you need photos? Oh, yeah, I got that. You need video? Oh, yeah. I don't care. Either I got it or I know somebody who can. Simple as that.
Man, that's awesome, man. And like, how'd you? So when you create the character, how'd you like become like comfortable like being the character like in public? Because it's one thing to like be the character online, but to like actively like be just comfortable being that character in a professional setting, or just even when you're out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching some of your Instagram reels last night after we met.
Yeah.
And I was like noticing like sometimes people kind of come up and press you, and then once you give them like the response, and then they're like, okay, relax, like they start laughing.
Yeah.
But like, what starting out, like how many doubts, how many fears did you have? Like adding on to what Brian said, like the doubts and the fears. And then how did you overcome those doubts and those fears? Like, yeah, you had the social media side that was giving you like applause and like the validation of like, this is cool.
Yeah.
But in person, like, how did you overcome? Because you're suiting up and then like, oh, I got to go out. And then like the first couple of times that you suited up or first dozen, 2,000, 100 times, right, that you suited up, like also speak about those doubts and those fears when you were first like starting out.
That's a great question, man. I never forgot about my why. I'm still thinking about my why right now, even when I'm having this conversation. My why is the reason why I wear this in public. Because why did you come out here to California? My mission for 5 years is to be the best actor and be the best shooter in California. How can I do that? Knowingly, I'm going to a place where there's a melting pot of photographers, videographers, and actors out here. I knew exactly what I'm getting myself into. So my only question is, how can I be different without losing myself? Because that's the stereotype when you come to Hollywood. You lose yourself. I get so many calls like, all right, Trey, have fun, but don't lose yourself out there. I don't want you to be out here looking different, you know? It's like, don't worry, I got you. Now let me do my job, you know? So it's all about knowing that, hey, I have a purpose. I have a purpose. You feel me? So, but yeah, so with that being said, it's like, okay, I got to make it different. So by putting all that together, molding it to the right spot, we're good, you know what I'm saying? So, sorry, I'm just trying to get to the point, right? So, all right, right? Having that mindset of like, here, I'm on a mission, bro. I need to get it right. I don't give a crap what people think. I am a walking brand. I need eyes on me. It's the only way that I can stand out from every other shooter that's dressed in black with a hat and a camera. I gotta look different. So always keeping that mindset everywhere I go, like I am a walking billboard. All eyes on me. I need to leave here with something. I need to leave here with a connection. I need to leave here with a potential job. I need to leave here with a relationship. That's what makes me different out here. That's what keeps me going out here. And the doubts that I do have is reading the room, right? Do I really need a dress up like this for a wedding? Do I really need a dress up like this for a corporate video? Maybe. That's the risk that I take, right? That's the doubt, because there's a time and place for it all. And that's where I'm at right now, is figuring when the time and place for me to wear this. So by doing that and just giving it a risk, I'm taking a risk. I wore this in weddings. Weddings that are, they had no idea I was gonna rock it just like this. I'm gonna be out there, I got other shooters, and here I am walking out like this. But what has that done is create a more memorable experience for the clients and for other people who are now looking for weddings. Oh my God, I ain't never seen one like that. Let me get your card. Oh, let me hit you up. I got another wedding that's coming here, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I have an event. I'm promoting business while focusing on the main job. And I'm just having a good time, right? I have yet to see a photographer or videographer do something like that, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And I want to create other shooters to be just like me. So that's why I moved and how I created.
Love everything that you just said, but I want you to expand a little bit. Now, you discussed your mission. You said, I'm here to be the best shooter and the best actor in California. But you also have another mission, which is to inspire other videographers and photographers to be the main character of their stories.
Yes.
And so I want you to kind of expand on that and kind of highlight or like how somebody else can do something similar to you, not exactly what you're doing, but like how can they embrace their authenticity, and how can they take you as an inspiration and see you and be motivated to take action and to take steps. And I also want you to kind of speak on what we were talking last night on your vision for videography and your vision for photographers, right? Like how you want them to be the main character of the story. So
100%.
just like expanding on that.
Yeah, 100%, man. So to start that off, man, I look at shooters. I look at the term cameraman as a negative connotation. Oh yeah, that's the cameraman. Oh, the cameraman's going to do this. The cameraman got that. No, I hate that. I personally do not like that term, because what you're telling me is I'm just a product of your imagination, and I'm more than just a tool. I'm an artist. So get that word, the cameraman, out of the equation. Unless I'm on the film set, yeah, I am the cameraman for this moment here. No, I'm more than that. So the first thing I need photographers and videographers to do is stop accepting being called just the cameraman. Oh my God, the amount of models that be saying that. And I know they don't mean, some people don't mean that with disrespect. Now let's call it what it is, right? It's, again, the change of definition, right? If I'm just a cameraman, all I'm doing is, hey, bro, I'm just here to get this shot and get paid and get out of here. Nah, bro. We shooters are more than that, man. We care. Every time we press play or press that shutter, we care about that image for you, you know? So to expand on that, shooters need to understand that you are more than just a tool. You are an artist that is helping other people take their vision and make it reality. That is powerful. That is powerful. You're telling me something, this is what I want, and you're able to put it to life? You're God for like the next hour or two. And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can be really God. But that's my point, right? So you take that element, right? And now you're telling yourself, okay, cool. I have the ability to take everybody's personalities, everybody's ideas, and make it reality. That is truly powerful. Don't limit yourself as just a tool. You are a creator. And that's and taking this opportunity to be a content creator, because a lot of photographers, videographers don't like that. They don't like having to be a content creator. But you have to. Because why? Because here's the main reason why. Nowadays, when people, like models especially, when they're looking for their next shooter, yeah, they see the portfolio, but they want to know who's the person that's shooting that content. I want to get to know that person before I even start paying them. There's a lot of weirdos in this industry, man. You mentioned it before, like the drama king, drama queen. A lot of it's always the geeks or the nerds there. I love my geeks and nerds, man. They're the reason why we have this such badass technology. If you're a geek, you're a nerd, you're making money because you finding ways with that. You know what I'm saying? We changed the game on that. But to get to the point, man, there are also a lot of weirdos that I want to get rid of in this industry, man. It is causing people to not trust photographers and videographers. All right? And so by putting your presentation, your image, yourself out in the front of the camera, you are allowing people to understand who you are, get an idea of who you are, to better trust you. Therefore, you have a better chance of making more sales because now they're having a connection with you. Oh, okay. Brian's actually funnier than I thought. Brian, the photographer. Yeah, he great shots. I want shots like that. But he has a personality? Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Now you're not going to be seen as just the cameraman. It's like, oh, yo, actually come to this party. Don't bring your camera. Be a part of it. You don't want to ever have to go to a party and be like, oh, yeah, by the way, bring your camera. Oh, well, now you want to start paying me. You know, if I got to take my camera, you got to pay me, bro. You want to be invited to the parties as the person, not just the cameraman, unless you're doing a job, right? So to get to the point, I feel like I'm over elongating this conversation.
No, you're great. You're perfect.
I think it's perfect. 'Cause
Okay.
people that are gonna listen to this, videographers, they're gonna get inspired by what you're saying, because essentially what I'm hearing is develop your personal brand.
Yes.
Let people know, hey, I'm not a weirdo. I might do things unconventionally,
Right.
but I'm me and I'm authentic, and hire me because you want to be associated with me.
Yes. If you want to be a media company, faceless, and let other people do the shoots, have at it. But in the beginning stage, especially where you are right now, if you want to use content creation to pay you for your work, you got to show your face, dog. You got to show who you are. And this is why I'm showing myself dressed like this. You ain't got no other choice but to look at me. What? You know what I'm saying? I want you to take a moment and be like, I got to know more about this guy.
Who is this guy? Is he
What?
is he a contractor?
Is he a discount Batman? Like what's going on right now? What? I don't understand. But I want to create stories. How am I a storyteller if I can't tell my own story?
Or get people to be interested in the story.
Thank you, bro. It don't make sense to me. It does not compute. You know, the math ain't mathing, bro. And so allowing yourself to be that way will help be the best that you could be. And this is where I want photographers and videographers to be in the next 5 years, especially people who want to shoot with me. I don't want to be the only bounty hunter of videography in LA. I want a team. I want the Avengers. I want the bounty hunter of photography. I want the bounty hunter of drone operations. I want a unique set of skills to have a look similar to me, but to go out and execute like they are me. Because what sets me apart from every other shooter that I know so far is how I execute, how I communicate to the client, and how we get the job done with the essentials. That's how I want it to be. I want to walk in Coachella and Burning Man, whatever it is, and you see 5 of us standing here, cowboy hat, glasses, and all. And all you see is me doing this. We disperse with our cameras in hand, and we get the shots. Give us 48 hours, you get what you need from us.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. That's all you're going to hear, team. By any means necessary. Go forth and get that shot.
That's a powerful vision right there,
That's
man.
what I want, bro. I want that so bad because I feel like it's there.
Yeah.
You know, all I gotta do is just tighten certain things up. Okay, how do I make the vest more attractive for women? Or how do I make this less uncomfortable for people to wear? If I can lock in those key elements, fine tune it, we're fucking solid, bro. We freaking solid. That's what I want, man. And I think it's possible, man. That's all we need. So all that to say is, photographers, videographers, stop hiding behind the camera. We cannot do that anymore in 2025 moving forward. If I can't see your face, I don't want to work with you. That's what clients are thinking right now. I'm speaking to you as a client. If I can't relate to you, or if I can't find a personality with you, I don't want to work with you.
That's real.
That's my point of view. Prove me wrong.
I want to ask you something in regards to, now you're speaking to people that are already in the industry, but for people that are interested in pursuing videography, photography, being a media creative in general, what are some pieces of advice, 3 pieces of advice that you would give to people that are interested in pursuing this field? Like, they're starting from zero. Like, they don't know anything. They're like, they see you, they see your stuff. They're like, man, like, that's so cool. I want to be just like you. What are your 3 pieces of advice to break into the field?
Okay, 3 pieces of advice. Ready, go, right? Another stereotype. Stereotypical statement to say. Don't worry about the equipment that you don't have. Use what you have. That is so true. Again, before I had this, I had an iPad. That's all I had. That's all I could afford.
What is this for the listeners that are, listening in?
Yeah.
Not visually.
That's a great question, man. Before I had the Sony A7 IV, Before I had the Sony FX30, all I had was an iPad. That's it. 720 megapixel camera, whatever. I ain't trying to go to the details, but that's all I had, right? But I made it the best that I can. Then I had an iPhone. And then by saving, did I had the ability to use a Sony a7 IV. And it's been my ride or die ever since. So the first thing of advice, use what you have and learn the best out of it. Learn the best out of the tools that you have. Because phones nowadays can shoot spectacular footage, man. I have to admit it. We can use that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first advice. Second advice, know the niche you want to speak to. Know your niche. Who are you catering your experience to, right? No longer are we just creating content just for the hell of it. It has to have a purpose, right? So my niche, photographers, videographers, and content creators. That's who I'm catering my experience to, right? Anything that relates to the field of photographers, videographers, and content creators, that's my niche. So now my focus is around that. If I suddenly go start making baking videos, Trey, where did you go? Why did you just do that? You know what I'm saying? Now you're confusing the people, right? Shoot with the intent to kill confusion. That's the second advice, right? And then the third advice, be consistent and authentic. All right? Despite not having the equipment, learning who you want to cater your experience to, be yourself in that moment, all right? I had a hard time shooting with perfection because I wanted to be seen as a perfectionist. In the world of social media, it's not required. It is not required to be perfect. But we need to see evolution out of you, right? And I think that's the best way to do it, right? If you allow yourself to post the content that you have with the limited resources that you have, and it may not be perfect to you, but it's perfect to start a conversation. It's perfect to have someone come back to be like, okay, let me see if you do better. Because here's why. Here's a perfect example as to why, right? The video that I made that got me from 2,000 followers that I've been stuck on for like 4 years to then 9,000 followers at the time. People were pointing so many things, so many errors out of that video. Oh, it got cropped too short. Oh, the sound was off. Oh, this, that, and the third. Okay, bet. Got it. Okay, so then I started taking that and started building off of that. Now people have a reason to start watching me to see if I even learn from that, right? People want to learn with you. I had a guy who would tell me like, bro, your photos are oversaturated, or the color correction is oversaturated. Oh my gosh. I was like, bet. Throughout time, I still kept posting, but I learned how to change every little by little for me. And that same person's like, holy cow, your color correction is amazing. Oh my God. I inadvertently took a hater, I'm not saying he's hating, his critique, and turned it to an ally. You know? It's okay to purposely post your mistakes within your final product on social media, because they're only going to see it for a few seconds and then they're gone.
Yeah.
Right? You're not getting paid for entertainment yet posting, right? So again, to answer your question, 3 things. Use the equipment that you have, whether it's a phone, an iPad, or a Sony a7 IV, or a Nikon. Learn the niche you want to cater your experience to, and be consistent and authentic. You have to. Consistency doesn't have to be every day. Consistent doesn't have to be 2 days out of the week. If your consistency is literally 1 time a week, at least for 4 weeks, you better post one thing a week. Or if it's 2 times a week, that's your form of consistency. People get misconstrued with that. Consistency doesn't have to be every day. No one's telling you have to. Maybe the algorithm is. But if your algorithm is supporting 2 times a week, then post 2 times a week.
Show your work.
Show your work. I can tell you how many times when people look for my work, they want to see what's recent. Like, oh, you want to do a luxury hotel? What have you done recently? I done one last year. That's fantastic, Trey, but I want to see what you've done recently. Because what you've done last year, you may be able to do better this year. You're constantly evolving your craft, and that's fine. So always be prepared. If you want to get paid to be a creator out here, be ready to showcase your recent work and treat the best that you can be. All right?
That is powerful stuff, man.
Come on,
That
bro.
is powerful stuff, man. Man, Trey, I can see why they call you Trigger Trey, man. You're going to unload to the clip, man. Unload to the clip, bro.
Oh, bro.
Man, that is powerful advice, because I think when anybody in general, in any field, but especially when something, jumping into like a technical field, especially like videography, it feels like, man, you got to get like the best of the best, because there's always a new technology. There's always a new camera, a new lens, a new,
Always, bro.
it's very easy to get like caught up in like the hype of things, like the latest and greatest, and obviously that a lot of these companies like are dropping dope stuff. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's mastering the fundamentals of what the craft brings, right?
Yes.
So starting, I think, because I was just like that too. Like when I didn't know anything about photos, I was like, okay, cool, like, but it's crazy, like, to look at all these different things that this field brings, and to know like, hey, it doesn't matter like what you shoot, because what I shoot with might be different from what you shoot with. And and what I loved, we had this conversation outside, but you said it doesn't matter what kind of camera you have, because you can take the same person, two different people, different people, give them the same camera, and the result will be different. Why? Because they cannot replicate your eye, your own vision, your own way of doing things, your skill set,
Yes,
your
speak it, bro.
experience.
Yes.
Right? And that can be applied to different fields too. It's the same thing, is start small. I love that advice. Start with what you have.
Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it. And I just want to briefly tap in on that. To everybody who's listening in or watching this right now, will you hire a cameraman? Will you hire a photographer, a videographer? Don't ever tell them, oh my God, that camera is amazing. Oh my God, please, don't stop. Don't say that to your photographer. Please, man. It's disrespectful, man. It's like you just said. That person took that camera and made it work for your vision. That person could take a cinema camera, or a digital or a film camera, and still could probably provide the quality that you're looking for. So I just wanted to just briefly just say that, y'all, hey, when you hire a photographer or videographer, it's not just the camera, it's the camera operator. He or she's making that magic happen, like you said.
I love that, man. I love that. Now, I asked you 3 different ways of breaking into videography. Now, we're Main Character University.
Yeah.
And
The best to ever do it.
With you being our first main character that we interviewed, I want to ask, what are 3 pieces of advice to help people become the best main character of themselves?
Ooh, okay. 3 pieces of advice for the main character to be themselves, right? All right. So that's powerful, man. Continue to stay true who you are. Be that authenticity. Again, it resonates both in front and beyond the camera, beyond the social media. Because you can't be true to yourself, especially nowadays. Again, people can see it. People can smell it. You're not going to go far with that. You being like someone else who they can already pull from the background and be like, I already know that type of person. I'll just use him or her. But you want to be different. So be authentic to yourself, right? Also, be acceptable to risk. Be acceptable to risk. You do not grow doing the same thing in a safe space. It does not happen. Okay? You need some pressure on you to become a diamond, right? So put some pressure on yourself. Try something that's going to be different, but does not demoralize yourself or steer you away from your beliefs. I'm never going to tell anybody to do something that I'm not going to do, or is going to challenge their beliefs of who they are as an individual. But you want to survive as an entrepreneur out here, or you want to be the main character for yourself, is what you're asking me? Take risk. Because main characters don't do side missions. They're on the main quest. And that main quest comes with a lot of trials and tribulations along the way. You're going to be a part of the unexpected, be flexible, and persevere, right? And I believe the last thing that I want to say, right? So be authentic to yourself, okay? Take risks. And don't forget where you came from. Don't forget where you came from. Behind the glasses, the cowboy hat, and the vest, I'm still that skinny black boy who was born in Orangeburg, South Carolina. Grew up in a trailer. Mom and dad, my dad's in the military. We traveled. Grew up in North Carolina for the rest of my childhood. Skinny kid, receding hairline. Could barely talk to anybody. Could barely get the girls. I'm still that kid and still proud to be that kid. I'm still proud to be Trey Riley, who can love the person who is now, who can love the friends, the family, the relationships that I have right now. Because at the end of the day, bro, I'm telling you, I'm so serious, man. Whenever God calls me home and I have to put this hat down, I still want people to be like, yo, Trey was who he is. He's still Trey Riley. I want people to be able to wear this hat or wear the vest and be like, yo, he was him. He's just being himself. And he died trying the best that he can to help other people. So don't forget where you came from, man, because without them, you would never be you.
That's so beautiful.
That is beautiful.
It's like mic drop moment right there. But I 100% agree with you. It's like, never forget where you came from. Never forget, like, those times you got bullied, right? Because all of those ended up turning you into the person that you are today. Where if somebody talks some smack on you, it's like, you just rub it off. Like, I don't care.
Rub it off, bro.
Like, who cares,
Yeah.
right? And at a certain point, being the main character that you are and being authentic in yourself, you can't care what other people think. The only person that you care about what other people think is yourself. Well, I mean, I phrased that incorrectly, but the only person you care about what they think is you.
Yes.
And that's one of the most important factors about being authentic, about being genuine, about being the main character. Is like, for me, I don't care what anybody else thinks about what I'm doing, like where they put it, what pedestal they put me on, or if they put me beneath them, whatever it is, right? I care about what I think about me, right? What am I doing? Am I aligning with my values, with my morals, with who I am as a person? If I am, I don't care what anybody says.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they're laughing at me, if they're, talking behind my back, blah blah blah, XYZ. It doesn't matter, because everything that I went through, everything that you went through, built us up to be the person that we are today, in which we can be authentic and we can be ourselves.
That's it, bro. That's it. You're hitting the mark, dog, every single time, bro. That's the importance of all the elements tying it together, bro. Hey, that's why you're the best at what you do, bro. Because you're solid. And I see what you do with the community, bro. I see how you heal people with your voice, your talent, your style, man. You guys created this podcast here as like a vessel, like I said in the beginning, bro. And it shows. I feel the energy, dog. Like, bro, I got to give y'all a round of applause for doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? And beyond that, man, viewers, like, if you're listening to this and seeing this, man, you see what these two freaking people, beautiful people, are doing behind the scenes, y'all? Helping communities, high schools, colleges, making it magic happen, having a voice. Like, you're allowing me to have a voice. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose that. That is so pure and so appreciative and so rare to find for both of you guys, man. Like, I just want to at least provide that, at least, because what you're speaking, bro, hold on. Let me put this mirror in front of y'all faces and be like, y'all doing just like that and even more. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I look at it like, if social media were to die right now, will I still be able to make an impact? So if social media were to die right now, I know 100% you two will continue to be making an impact. I see that, bro. And I've seen it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Honestly, I think a lot of it comes down to, like, I think the commonality that we all have is that we all have that service mentality of just wanting to give back, wanting to serve community, because it's, at the end of the day, it's more than us, right? At the end of the day, we all have an expiration date. We don't know when that's going to happen, but what are we gonna leave behind? What do we want to be remembered for? For me, it's like I always kind of think about those things. Is like, man, what does Brian want to be remembered for? Is he gonna be remembered for, you know, just acquiring like a lot of money and he didn't do, you know, anything positive with it? He didn't uplift anybody with it, or did he spend his time creating a body of work that uplifts and elevates other people? To me, that's more attractive than chasing money and going the whole, you know, me route. I think, and to me, like, that's why I have such a good friendship with Juan, because we bond over that same idea of wanting to help, wanting to serve others. We didn't meet each other, like we barely known each other for like a year. Like,
That's
barely.
great. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you guys like a couple years of a good friendship going on.
Nah.
That's wild. But that's a great energy, yo. I can feel that. That's that brotherhood type shit, you know?
Actually, less than a year.
Less than a year, yeah.
Like maybe 8 months.
I have a friend like that too. I only know him for a few months. He has a birthday, I think, right after mine too. And we just click, man. Like, we just constantly look out for each other, you know what I'm saying? Just the energy that I'm seeing right now, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. And this is how y'all started right now. Shit. I'm ready for what the MCU has in store for you guys, man.
Hey, but you're the first, man. You're the first to ever join it, man. You're welcome to the MCU.
Thank you.
You're official. You're our first one, man. Our first MCU inductee,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Let's freaking go, bro. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. It's such a privilege and an honor, man. Like, I love being part of history, man, because again, this got longevity. You know what I'm saying? And it's just going to be able to take things to the next level. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And for me, you know, kind of expanding on what you're saying and about like what is my why and why do I find this important? It's I was telling you last night. Like, I know I'm gonna make it financially. I know Brian's gonna make it financially, but it's not about me anymore. Even though I am not exactly where I want to be, I haven't reached my final form. I'm not there yet, but I know I'm gonna get there. But how I see success not as the money metric, is how many people can I help along the way to get to where I'm going, that want to become the best self, that want to become that main character. How many main characters can I create, right? How many characters can I help be their true authentic self, where they no longer have to hide that shine that they have? I don't want them to dim themselves anymore. Because this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine.
Let it shine, bro. Let it
shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Yes, sir.
And I want other people's lights to shine as well. Mm-hmm. And so this whole concept, this whole what we're doing here and what I want to do in this life is, you know, some cultures, they believe in reincarnation. Mm-hmm. And I like to believe that if I were to come back into this world, I would like to learn from the teachings that I left behind.
Oh, my God.
And leave a more beautiful world to where when I come back, we don't have all these issues that we have, that we are in a more connected society where people can be more genuine, they can be authentic, they can be their true selves all the time.
All the time. It's ironic that we live in such a structured environment, but when it comes to the entertainment space, there's little to no structure at all.
Yeah.
And when you have that authenticity, it's like that's literally the only number one rule that we're looking for. And even people have a hard time doing that, you know, because life be life and hard, man. And you can't get mad at that. Just be glad that either you're overcoming it, or you got people who are open and saying like, yeah, dude, I need help. I can't do this on my own. But like you said, we all got to let our light shine, right? And so don't forget, when you have that authenticity, that there's a balance, right? My goal in this industry, on top of everything else that I've already mentioned, is to provide that type of structure to where we have an end goal career-wise to be successful here without losing ourselves, going by the authenticity. So my presence, my professionalism, how I carry myself, I want that to be visual interpretations of what it is expected.
and what is needed to be different out here without looking like a fool. Because you can be authentic, but we don't want you out here looking stupid. Unless it is scripted, you know? Don't let the... Excuse me. Yeah, get all that on camera. Yeah. I did that. Again, not part of being perfect, right?
Yeah.
You know
You're
what
a
I'm
real
saying?
person. You're a real person.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's like part of the one thing that I see, like especially with public speaking, some people get caught up in that I need to be perfect. I need to make sure that all the words are exactly right and that I don't stutter and that I don't, start jumbling my words, right? But actually, matter of factly, you become a better public speaker when you mess up, when you allow yourself to mess up and you keep going, because it shows that you're human. Other people know you're human, and they're looking to relate to you, and it's like, oh man, like I went through that too. Like,
That's it. Yeah, bro. That's it.
It's like a movie. You know, you don't want to see a movie where like the character, the hero in the story is perfect. You know, like, because there's no relatability. That's why you need the hero to have that hero's journey where they're overcoming either a personal problem, maybe they're a little quirky, right? That's why Spider-Man is beloved, because he's one of the heroes that is so relatable.
Yeah.
They're awkward, they can't get that girl, they're nerdy, or they're not really strong. They're overcoming these challenges because they're imperfect. Because we're trying to chase something that's impossible, which is perfection. But I always heard this: perfection is a mindset, not a goal. Perfection is a mindset. And so if you allow yourself to be that hero, to be that main character, just know that being in perfection is part of being that character.
Yeah.
and something that to add to that is like that Spider-Man character, right? Is like adding to your point. You don't like them because they were Spider-Man at the end. No, you like that build-up, right? And then also seeing your life as that build-up.
Yeah.
Right? Wherever it is that you're at in your life, right? Because people make it at different times and different eras. Some people, it takes them until they're 60. Some people takes when they're 20. Some of them even younger. But it's what energy are you putting out there right now and throughout all time, essentially? Or like, what energy are you putting out? Because eventually that energy is going to come back.
Oh my God, 100%. I mean, I had that mindset too, where age was a big factor for me, especially in the field of acting. I'm like, oh my God, I have to reach this goal by this age or I'm just going to be old. And I had that until recently. I'm just like, you know what, man? F it. When my time comes, I'm going to have the ability to be that leading man at that particular role. Until then, I'm going to make the best that I have. Maybe I'm just not the look for it at the time, you know? And so the point of Spider-Man becoming the man that he is, he had to work through it. He had to overcome those moments. That's why, like you guys said, he has that relatability. I'm like, looking at Spider-Man now, I'm just like, wow, he's amazing. He really deserves the name Amazing Spider-Man. And it's like, wow, we all can be amazing in our own right, man. It's all about believing in yourself, man. I know, again, why are the things that are coming out of my mouth, most of them sound stereotypical? Why? Because it's true. It's true. Y'all just gotta, not saying y'all, but people who haven't grasped it, gotta just listen, lock it in. There's a reason why it's repeated all the time. Because you got people like us that are living in the midst of that. A lot of people in movies, what do we see? We see the high end goal, and we see the down low. But what movies does for us is they show how they get from low to high. In life, we choose to not show that sometimes. Yeah. We choose to only show the success. And if we're low, oh, we're really low. Give us your cash app. We're really low, you know? But we don't get the chance to see how you get there. And I feel like, at least for my brand, people are supporting me because they're in the midst of the growth. They're in the midst of getting that high. I'm not there yet. Like you said, bro, you can make that financial wealth. You know you're going to get there. You know you're not there yet, but you know you're on your way. You know you're on your way to reach your financial goal. I freaking see it. We're in the midst of it right now. This is going to make y'all money. You feel me? Like this is a one element to the piece of the pie y'all building, you know? So what's the point of me bringing all of this up, right? The point of me bringing it up is that don't be afraid to show the how. We're in the how. What got you there? Why you do? What got you in? What started this? Why are you here? How did you get there? This is how. And if you can stick to me on the how, you will know my why. Stick with me on the how, you'll know my why. Come on, y'all. Y'all are amazing people. To the audience that's listening to us today, y'all freaking awesome. To the audience that's watching us today, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love you guys. We appreciate your energy and everything like that. And I hope that throughout our authentic conversation that y'all gain some gems for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? These are the leaders of the MCU. They bring you main character energy. You know what I'm saying? They main characters in their own right. And just to have this moment to showcase that again, this is literally just a formula for you to be the main character for your world, regardless of what it is, regardless of how you achieve it. You are the main character. You deserve to have your story to be told. You deserve to be seen in a way that is pleasing to your community. That's what I'm feeling from this platform here. That's why you all tuned in, and that's why I'm so thankful to be a part of this, y'all.
Oh, thank you, man. The pleasure is all ours, man. Like, I swear, have you not come into that door, like, after the podcast, this would not happen today, but we're glad it happened today, man. In the legendary words of Bob Ross, it was a happy accident. It was a happy accident, and now we made history. You're our first guest, man. And like what you just said, man, in regards to everybody tells themselves a story. There's a story each individual tells themselves, good or bad, right? I'm this, I'm that. But belief, you made a good point. Belief is the key. Belief, whatever you believe, whatever story you believe that you tell yourself, is that what you then start to enact, whether if it's good or positive. So it's very important to bring in people like yourself, have these kind of conversations, because it encourages people to bring out the positive side, to shine their light in a world that's encouraging people to be dim. That is why we're encouraging people to be the main character and not just the side character. To not just feel like, oh, I'm just here in the background, I'm just the cameraman on the set. But no, I'm the person that has the vision for my own life.
Yes.
And if you don't like the story that your life is playing out, change it. Change it.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself differently. Be kind to yourself. That's one of the major things that changed in my life that helped me get to where I'm at, is that I used to be super negative to myself. I used to talk down on myself, and I thought that that's what made me successful up to a certain point. But it got to a point where it was no longer helping me. And also the stories and the narratives that I would tell myself were no longer serving me. They were not being the character that I wanted to be. At any point in time, you can change the character that you want to be. So any point. So do it. Change it to the character you want to be.
Exactly. Woo, what a podcast, man. We just made history.
Yes, sir.
We just made history, man.
Yes, sir.
Like our guy, Trey, the Bounty Hunter, just said, like, subscribe, follow the content for more engaging conversations like this. If you got some value from this, please let us know. Let us know in the comments below. We want to know. And Trey, for the people that want to get more information about you, they want to tap in with you, where can they find your stuff?
I made this as easy as possible for everybody, man.
All social media platforms. Trey _G_ Riley. That's it. TikTok, Instagram. I'm mainly on Instagram and YouTube. Go ahead on there. I'm all
Awesome.
there. Come on, let's make the magic happen, man. Any questions you guys have with content, things of that nature, my DMs are open. It's not always about business. I can always have fun, build relationships with y'all. Again, what I want a freaking community. And you all are the reasons why I'm here today.
And if there's any bounty hunters out there that know they're bounty hunters and they're going to get that shot by any means, make sure to reach
Tap
out
in.
and tap in.
Tap into your boy. I want to make sure you're set for success. I need my bounty hunters with me at all times. When I make that call, when you see that hat signal in the sky, all bounty hunters report to me immediately. We got to get these shots. I don't want to be the only one out here. Would you join me?
By any means necessary.
This is Trey G. Riley. Welcome to the MCU.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's it.
Yes, sir.
It's a wrap.
Yes, sir.